All right. So again, this is ALG1, but MTS, don't forget it. ALG1 homework 1.2, 33. I'm going to do Q33 through 41.
It's recording.
It is. I just have it through the eye because this one takes actual batteries, so I have to throw those away every time instead of just recharging. So I try to limit my battery usage. All right, next. But thank you very much. Next, we're going to do m plus 20 equals 3. I need to do the opposite of plus 20, which is minus 20. What do I do to one side? Let's use a different color. Okay, so minus 20, and so I get m is equal to, and so 3 minus 20 is?
Negative 17.
Very good, negative 17. Okay, so that's the tricky one. Okay, remember, we're really just adding two numbers that have two different signs, right? Subtraction, that's all it is. So whenever you're adding two numbers with two different signs, what you end up doing is just subtracting them, and they keep the sign of the bigger number. Think of it like this. 3 plus negative 20, or negative 20 plus 3. I still just subtract them. What's 3 from 20? 17, right? And keep the sign of the bigger number. The bigger number is that, so 17. Okay? And that way I can kind of keep it in my head. Now, negative 20 isn't technically the bigger number, right? I'm kind of talking about the absolute value of the number. Okay? But it's just ways of keeping it easy for you to remember. Okay? All right. Here we go. Another tough one. 2300 plus v equals negative 800. Right? So I need to do the opposite. The opposite of adding is? Perfect. You guys got this, right? Now, here's the thing. When I'm subtracting, right, I'm just adding the opposite. Okay? I really want you guys to start thinking about it like that. Adding the opposite. Subtraction and addition are the same thing. We're just adding the opposite when we subtract. The reason why I like to think of that is whenever I draw this line, I'm looking at them like, oh, okay, I'm drawing the line, and I'm like, okay, these cancel out, and then these are different. I'm adding two different signs, so I'm going to subtract and keep this line in the bigger number, right? When I'm adding two signs that are the same, right, they're just going to get bigger. They're just going to get bigger. And I keep the sign of the bigger number, right, which is still negative. So they're going to get more negative. So 800 plus 2300 gives me 3100. 3200? 3100? 3100. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I make mistakes all day long. So you catch me, better tell me before I, leave it up there for too long. All right, now we're going to go n plus 4. We want to do the opposite of plus 4, so it's minus 4. Or adding the opposite. Either way you think about it, these two are different signs, right? So we're going to subtract them and keep the sign of the bigger number. The bigger number, the absolute value bigger number, would be 4, right? So what is 4 minus 3.5?
1.5?
No. 0.5. So remember, 4 and then 3.5, right? It's just halfway away from 4. Does that make sense? So if I have 3.5 cups of water, right? Or if I have, basically the way this works out is, I need 4 cups of water, but I only have 3.5. Right? So I put in the 3.5, But to make this fry bread taste good, right, I need another half, right? If I put in 1.5, might not taste so good, right? Sometimes when we put in extra, or sometimes it's a good thing. Who knows? Mistakes always make things good, but should be 0.5, negative 0.5. And I like to think of negative as I need. Need is negative, right? I need 0.5 more, okay, or half more. All right, next. Next we have, we're adding 5.34, okay? And so to do opposite means minus 5.34, right? And so minus 5.34, well, that one's not that bad because really it's 4 from 9, which is 5, right? So you get a 5 here and a 0 here, right? And it stays positive because the bigger number is the positive number, right? So we end up with 0.05. All right, 0.05. And you can use calculators. Okay? It's totally okay. But I'd rather you use it to check your work after you did it than to do your work. Does that make sense?
No.
The reason, if it doesn't make sense, is because I just want you to be able to check it. Because every time you check it, it could be wrong every single time. I don't care. The point is, you check it and go, okay, yeah, I was wrong. The calculator, try it again. But eventually, you're going to start getting it right. And the reason I need you to be checking your work, not doing your work, is because I need you to slowly get better at it. Okay? Pretty simple. All right, now, here I have it. I'm adding negative 12 to F to get 3. What's the opposite of adding negative 12? Plusing 12, right? Yeah. So we're just going to add 12 to this. And what we do to one side, we do to the other. So F is equal to 15. Okay? And that's that part of the homework. Good, yeah.